So, today we're going to look at what existentialism mean. Now, if you've ever pondered the meaning of existence or questioned your purpose in life, you have partaken in existentialist philosophy. It would be hard to find someone who hasn't asked themselves the big questions. For example, what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose? Why do I exist? For thousands of years, these questions were happily answered by the belief your purpose in life was assigned prior to your creation. The existentialists, however, disagreed. Existentialism is the philosophical belief we are each responsible for creating purpose or meaning in our own lives. Our individual purpose and meaning is not given to us by gods, governments, teachers, or any other authority. So, in order to fully understand what is existentialism, we need to first briefly explore the idea that contradicts it: essentialism. Now, essentialism was founded by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who said everything had an essence, including us. An essence is a certain set of core properties that are necessary or essential for a thing to be what it is. A book's essence, for example, is its pages. It could have pictures or words or be blank, be paperback or hardcover, tell a fictional story, or provide factual information. Without pages, though, it would cease to be a book. Aristotle claimed essence was created prior to existence. For people, this means we're born with a predetermined purpose. This idea seems to imply, whether you're aware of it or not, that your purpose in life has been determined prior to your birth. And as you live your life, the decisions you make on a daily basis are contributing to your ultimate purpose, whatever that happens to be. Now, this was an immensely popular belief for thousands of years and gave considerable weight to religious thought that placed emphasis on an omnipotent God who created each being with a predetermined plan in mind. If you agreed with this thinking, then you really didn't have to challenge the meaning of life or search for your purpose. Your God already provided it for you. Now, while many philosophers, including Fyodor Dostoevsky and Friedrich Nietzsche, questioned essentialism in the 19th century, existentialism was popularized by Jean-Paul Sartre in the mid-20th century following the horrific events of the Second World War. As people questioned how something as catastrophically terrible as the Holocaust could have a predetermined purpose, existentialism provided a possible answer that perhaps it is the individual who determines their essence, not an omnipotent being. At the time, it was a revolutionary thought. You were created as a blank slate, also called tabula rasa, and it is up to you to discover your life's purpose or meaning. While not necessarily atheist, existentialists believe there is no divine intervention, fate, or outside forces actively pushing you in a particular direction. Every decision you make is yours. You create your own purpose through your actions. This personal responsibility to shape your own life's meaning carries significant anxiety-inducing weight. Many of us experience the so-called existential crisis, where we find ourselves questioning our choices, career, relationships, and the point of it all. We have so many options. How do we pick the right ones to create a meaningful and fulfilling life? Freedom is usually presented positively, but Sartre posed that your level of freedom is so great that it's painful. To fully comprehend your freedom, you have to accept that only you are responsible for creating or failing to create your personal purpose. Without rules or order to guide you, you have so much choice that freedom is or can be overwhelming. Life can be silly, but this isn't quite what existentialists mean when they talk about the absurd. They define absurdity as the search for answers in an answerless world. It's the idea of being born into a meaningless place that then requires you to make a meaning. The absurd posits there is no one truth, no inherent rules or guidelines. This means you have to develop your own moral code to live by. Jean-Paul Sartre cautioned looking to authority for guidance and answers because no one has them, and there is no one truth. Coined by Sartre, the phrase living authentically means to live with the understanding of your responsibility to control your freedom despite the absurd. Any purpose or meaning in your life is created by you. If you choose to live by someone else's rules, be that anywhere between religion and the wishes of your parents, then you are refusing to accept the absurd. Sartre named this refusal bad faith, quote unquote, as you were choosing to live by someone else's definition of meaning and purpose, not your own. So, what is the meaning of life? If you're now thinking like an existentialist, then the answer to this question is both elementary and infinitely complex. You have the answer, you just have to own it.